along that the line, someone was sharing in the our Discord group a clip from a trading bot session show that you do that I thought was pretty interesting. It's a clip from Kevin Davey,
Mhm.
and the point that the person liked was this idea of how Kevin Davey basically found his success.
Sure.
So I thought it might be nice just to play that clip from Trading Bot Sessions,
Yeah.
so you guys can see it too.
Let's do it. Kevin Davey's awesome. He's a competitive futures trader that largely uses algorithms to, or automated algorithms to compete in that space.
That's right. All right. Show clip. Here we go.
Man, my hair was different.
Sure. It was the algo itself. I think I have it in one of my YouTube videos. It was just a simple trend following type algo that I applied to 8 different markets, and at least the 1 year that I won it. And what really set it apart was in the particular year I won, copper. The price of copper just went through the roof, and a trend follower. That's where most of my profits came from. A lot of the other ones just were kind of break even or lost money. But what was interesting about that now, and I didn't realize it at the time, was the importance of diversification just for overall trading. That it's a lot nicer to have a copper algo and maybe a 30-year bond algo and a euro currency algo. You have a bunch of different market sectors, and that tends to smooth out your equity curve. And I didn't fully appreciate it at the time since I was just going for maximum gains. And I think my thinking was, hey, if I trade 8 different markets, hopefully one will catch a big trend and that'll outshine everything else. And that's what happened. But the lessons I learned from that really, even today, still kind of resonate in my trading.
Now, what I found interesting about that interview is Kevin goes on to explain that he has something like 40 or 50 different algorithms that he's running at the same time now,
That's right.
which illustrates the point about automated trading right up front. Obviously, diversification was a key to his discovery that it could smooth out his equity curve, which absolutely makes sense, aligns with modern portfolio theory, aligns with risk management techniques. But the most interesting thing here is that automation unleashes our ability to do something like this, where we can be trading 40 or 50 markets at the same time,
Right.
which makes TradersPost such a an important platform to use if you're looking to accomplish something like this. On TradingView, you could set up a trend following strategy on all those different markets and just have all those alerts coming to TradersPost at the same time.
I also love the idea that there's not a one size fits all when it comes to trading. There are some ideas that you need to make sure that you get in your head, position sizes, risk, and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the when someone finds something that works for them, and this, by the way, this clip came from Trading Bot Sessions, but is referenced by Father of All Cats, JT, on Discord. So nice shout out to JT. Thank you so much for that. What I find to be most fascinating about it all is that it's not one size fits all. And once you find out what's the thing that's causing you to be have a problem and where you can find an edge, the idea of automating it just it becomes like the obvious thing to do next. You go, okay, I figured out what the steps are. Oftentimes in that it's my interpretation that's like the problem. Let me remove myself from the situation, put it into an automated system, let it run, and I'll go
Mm-hmm.
work on the next one.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if you're finding the conversation easier in your circle, where now that people are using AI more now in their day to day, at least the people that I know are using AI more and more now. The idea of automation now becomes like, oh, okay, I should be automating. Whereas before, if I told someone about using a macro on their computer in order to set up their computer for the day, they'd be like, why would I want to do that? And now I go on Twitter and it's like a million people going, here's a macro, like here's an agent AI that can do this thing for you. It's like, no, once you automate a process that you've gotten down pat, now you're freed up, your mental capacity is freed up, and your time is freed up to go do other things, which is what like TradeSpost is great for.
Yeah. And I do think that AI has supported the growth of not only our business, but the industry of automated trading, insofar that it's made participants more comfortable with this approach, because it's kind of teaching all the tenets of the process, how the backtesting process needs to work, how to trust the algorithm, how to use position sizing techniques, how to manage risk. There's a whole education that I think you can get from AI, which is very commonly available in all kinds of books and classes that are available online. But you're just a few questions away from some discovery by just having a conversation with ChatGPT for half of an afternoon, and getting to a point where you're like, okay, well, let me think about how I could set my strategy up on TradersPost using just a small amount of capital and give it a run. Always we are encouraging people to try to use as many of the tools as possible that get them comfortable with using an automated approach. But how the thinking goes, what risks you're really exposing yourself to, and I think it's great when that kind of thing happens, where you're using the tool as an educational resource as well. Because I think that honestly, one of the biggest risks to performance with automated trading is you basically just pulling the plug too early, or not understanding that you need the walk forward test to give you the data you need to confirm that the strategy is actually going to work, or pulling the plug when the first couple of bad trades come through. The risk in it not working for you is really you kind of getting in the way.
I set up my rules this week, and then I had this short all set up, and I looked at it and I was like, I couldn't understand why my signal was saying the price should get down to this one level, and I go, but I don't see it. I didn't understand the catalyst. I didn't understand what would happen, and so I just completely over traded within that period, ignored my signal, and then went long when I shouldn't have. I was just too nervous. Then the deep sick deep
The deep
seek
seek.
issue came out.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
markets came down, and the price went straight down like a knife, exactly to where my signal was saying. I was like, if I had just let the automation take care of it, I would have been fine. And I was so upset. And every time that happens to me, there's a part of me that's proud that I work with TradersPost. Another part I go, it's just like this mirror of like your failure. If you just use the platform the way that you're talking to other people, you would have been successful in this trade. Okay,
Yeah.
I learned my lesson.